Like I always, this about me. I always wanted to be in the limelight and I always wanted to make it big.
Yeah.
And, living on a farm, that was always hard.
Mhm.
And like pretty much all I had. I mean, my dad was sick and the only thing I had was
Charlie the cow.
the cow. And one time I got on stage, it was supposed to be my big break. It was supposed like they were auditioning. And I don't know, is it because I have brown hair? Maybe they needed a blonde. Maybe they needed like a next fucking, I don't know, like a Marilyn Monroe type, but whatever. I went up there and they just said no. But you know what? I am a star.
And I'm so sorry that I'm your blonde cousin.
It's so hard.
I know. But I'm kind of scared of you and afraid you're gonna kill me, so I'm gonna run away. Don't chase me with an axe, please.
I'm a stone.
Before you go ahead and chase me with an axe
Hmm.
while I'm in heels and don't take my
Yes.
heels off.
Uh-huh.
Should we do a podcast?
Let's do an episode, then we'll do that later.
Yeah.
I'm too tired to run now.
Okay, it's okay.
Um,
It's okay. Would you? So you're a stone.
I'm a stone.
I'm a stone.
I'm a stone. Um, so like, what dramatic thing can I do? The bathroom, and I'm like, you know what? So, you know how they say that thing?
What thing did I say?
Well, when you step on a crack, you break your mom's back.
Oh my fucking god! But the things, the places, the people, the things we talk about are so mother
Amounts.
that the not that we talk about are so mother that we skip those fucking cracks.
Oh my god, that should be our intro.
Oh my god! And every time we talk about it, we should pretend like we just made it up.
Yes.
What's up? How are you?
uh, I had
We
a
shouldn't have a podcast. We should have a talk show.
yeah. See, but this is the thing when people were telling like, and someone told you like eventually you're just gonna sit down and talk about random shit.
I mean, is it random shit?
Well,
We talk about important things here. We have like a little,
especially today.
especially today.
Mhm.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
We have a little thing where we stop and chat, and I
Yeah.
think everybody wants to see these big, like, giants of the industry
Yes.
talk about how they
Yes.
spend their humble week, since
Absolutely.
this is a weekly podcast,
Yes.
And then it's these, oh my god, these celebrities
Mm-hmm.
will talk about like, oh, this is how my week has been,
Yeah.
like, oh my god. And then
These
people are
big
like, oh my
important,
god, they're just like us. And then we get into the important thing we talk about during the week.
which
And
is happens to be the mother of the week.
yeah, the
And
mother of the week, and sometimes it's Perfect Blue, sometimes it's Ocean's 8, and every time they're just, I think people are just dumbfounded with how much we are.
how much we can bullshit.
No, no.
To
How
be
much
fair.
we fit into this industry. How
Absolutely.
much
I
we
mean,
are here. How much we
why does
deserve
Shane
this.
Dawson have
A
what
following.
he has? You
Um,
know?
early onset racism,
Fair, fair.
shock humor that was
Yeah.
popular at the time,
Yeah.
teenagers.
Let's think about that. Like, how easy it would have been to like get famous when TikTok just started.
Yeah,
Like, I could have been fucking Charlie D'Amelio now.
who?
Charlie D'Amelio.
Who?
You don't know who Are you are you kidding?
I'm genuinely not knowing who it is.
It's just this random girl who got really like the most famous person on TikTok because she did random dances.
Like Lily Pons.
Yeah, shit like that with Vine. That was her with TikTok. And I'm like,
I love people who get famous for a thing that resonates with people. Because what we're doing right now, it's like we're having fun together and we're doing this for ourselves. And we know that if people listen, maybe they would find it funny.
yeah,
But we don't have like a thing that would really be like, oh, you need to listen to this.
yeah,
This is what we've been missing. But I love when people find a niche just by being themselves. That girl, when she watches like the hydraulic press videos,
yes, love the
the
funniest person in the world.
funny, and she's the way, like, you would never think to say what you mean when you watch that.
Yeah,
And
and she goes and
and
does
then she goes like, "Oh, that one had a beautiful end. Where's the
yeah.
structure?"
Where's the structure? Where's the
And I love somebody being like, "People don't talk about this. I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna break the
yeah?
mold."
And it's funny, like throughout like societally, how much in common we have as like the world.
Absolutely.
Those fucking videos of people of things just being crushed
Yeah.
or like throwing bottles off of stairs is the most viewed shit on TikTok.
Absolutely. And then she goes
For what?
She goes like, "Oh, the beautiful structure."
Beautiful
We
structure.
all think it.
Yeah, we're all like, we should have put it more on the left. Like, Mm.
Oh, we can't handle glass.
Yeah, I
We
don't
don't do
like
glass.
it. We don't like. I don't like that.
And then
Yeah.
there's, I don't know, we don't have an original experience ever, so I feel like
Yeah. Yeah.
just talking about stuff that other people aren't talking about that's
Yeah.
not controversial is very.
Yeah.
And then controversial stuff gets views too, but shit like that. We have a problem then when people think that they're being casual and fun,
Yeah.
and then they go like, "I jerked off on my cat,"
Yeah. And then,
and then
yeah.
it's fun. No,
We joke.
joke. I
No, with
don't.
the thing with the psychology of Shane Dawson is someone who genuinely just feeds into like what gets the most response,
Yeah.
and so he just kept going and going until he got too far,
Yeah, and then when
and
the
then
internet started growing a bit, started
yeah,
maturing a bit, they were like, "This isn't really good."
yeah,
No, I remember watching Shane Dawson. I was with Shane Dawson through what weirdly is like his least viewed phase,
oh yeah, the
but
like
everybody
trying,
talks about it the most, being
yeah,
like, "I remember this, and it was the best."
yeah,
Like the making a huge cake.
yeah, like melting Barbies. Like I loved that
I mean,
era
that
of
was with
Shane was
him
my
too,
favorite.
Shanae.
Hmm.
And
No, what I hate about him getting canceled specifically was the fact that he blew up with the whole like documentary thing.
being serious,
Everyone loved him. Everyone was sucking his dick up until the point like the whole like cancellation thing started. And then they, pulled out Shanae and stuff. And then everyone was like, "Ooh, fuck this guy." And I'm like,
like we didn't
of
watch.
all 20 million subscribers that he had at that point,
Yeah,
like I knew about Shanae.
yeah,
Everyone knew about Shanae. Don't act now all high and mighty. Like if you don't subscribe to that, great, good
yeah.
for you.
If you really didn't know, you're young and
Yeah.
like okay,
Fair
but
enough. But there can be 20 million people who didn't know
yeah.
and now suddenly being like,
I
I
stopped
hate this.
watching him because he got to like, and I think it was a mutual like all people were in a moment like,
Yeah,
hey,
the whole self deprecating humor is not funny anymore.
and we were also all like, hey, we really shouldn't enable this for
Yeah.
longer. We should really like, you gotta
Yeah.
fix yourself. And that's the thing with Shane Dawson, he never fixes himself.
Because he's stuck in that. He's stuck
Yeah,
in his like, and it's not, it's just
exactly.
people grow out of it and it's not funny.
Yeah,
But anyway, how's your week?
I just told you
No, but like, what happened with you?
what happened with me. I didn't work because of stomach issues,
Mm,
and in how long I live my life, not having stomach issues often is
mhm,
weird.
mm.
Because you know me.
Yeah, I know you. You're a raccoon,
I know.
a goat. One day I walked in, he was eating a can.
And that's the problem with me when you say things like that. People don't know if you're joking.
Yeah,
We have a group chat like me, her, and her boyfriend, and it's like we're all the parents of our dog.
yeah.
And I was like, I was eating out of the dog's food, and he was like, "Are you joking?"
Are you really? Yeah. No, because one time we had the whole conversation of like, John, don't piss in the sink anymore. And then Amel went ballistic over it, like, you pee in the sink. And then I'm like, I told you that. And he was like, I thought you were joking. Like, there's so
And
many,
I
like,
had conversations with Amal being like, "Oh, pissing in the sink's the best."
yeah. And him just being like, yeah, haha. Like,
And he always has that tone, so it's
yeah,
like God knows if you think
yeah.
he's being serious or not. So I didn't work for a few days. I was on sick leave. It was fun. My parents are off to our summer vacationing in Har
For fucking what? A month? Right?
till the 23rd,
Yes.
and they left their special little boy here alone.
But God, to live the life, I would give anything in the
See,
world.
I could have been invited, but I just don't want to go to fucking quad anymore. Especially with my parents.
Yeah,
That's the
that's
biggest
the
problem.
lore. Yeah.
Me and you going to quad for like that
Yeah,
long.
love.
Yeah, because we could like, hey, can we
Kiki.
just a few days like
Yeah, can we just chill?
separate?
Yeah,
Let's just watch good movies.
like, yeah.
But and then they left. I had some shit in my fucking had a fight with my dad about something. I don't know. I'm just waiting for him to get home so I can just
Yeah, fuck
rail
you.
in and like fuck
Yeah.
you. But yeah, so it's just me and my cat at
You and your
home.
cat.
And
Dino.
no, it's a thing like I my paycheck. I get my paycheck and I'm like, I am blessed because I have to give you like a little bit of rent and I give my
Yeah.
mom a little bit of rent. So like and then I give my mom like 500 now because I'm saving like 200 of that for the trip to Germany.
Yeah.
So I'm basically like, okay, half the bill is gone
Yeah.
at the beginning of the month. and then I do whatever the fuck I want with the rest of my money because I don't have to buy food and shit like that.
Yeah.
And then my mom's like, "Hey, by the way, we're going on vacation. We're not leaving anything in the fridge."
Yeah. So now what the fuck do we do?
Yeah, let's be honest, my like family friends beat me,
Yeah.
so I'm fine. But it's I don't know. I'm done with work. It's too damn hot. I can't sleep in my bed. My bed is tiny
Yeah.
and filled with shit.
Yeah. You like your stuff.
I like my stuff. And if you guys think it's just like plushes and teddy bears, there is like
There's food.
there is a freaking. I would say the most is like so. There's a place for the cat to lay.
Yeah.
There's a tight place for me to lay
Yeah.
down, and then it's a lot of cables.
Yeah. Comic books.
No. The comic books have to be preserved.
Yes, they need to be saved.
Yeah. No, even when I have comic books in bed, there's like I clean out a nice little
Just-
corner
yeah.
and like stack them and everything.
Yeah.
And but the cables, I sometimes wake up with like cables wrapped around me. I could choke.
You could die. Especially if they're plugged in, girl.
They are plugged in.
They could, girl, they could heat up. This has happened to people. I'm just telling you. They could heat up and start sparking under you.
Why would they be? You know,
Because your body weight is heating it, and then the electricity.
but I'm not laying on the cables.
But you just said cables are wrapped around your leg.
Cables wrapped around me, yes, but I'm not laying on the main part of the cable.
No, I know, but it's still like, you know what
You're
I'm
dumb.
talking about. Okay, well, we'll see who's dumb when you die.
I survived, I think, 12 years of that. So
I know, fair enough.
No,
No, my
'cause it's
mom
like-
told me that, so you know, take it with a grain of
no,
salt.
it's so the main part of the chargers that are all connected to the electricity. It's on the upper corner of my bed.
Mm-hmm.
Amra would die. I have a friend, Amra. She is scared of everything in a very respectable way. She's just hyper paranoid.
Yeah.
But not in a way of. It's an understandable way. I'm
Yeah.
not the understandable one here.
Okay.
I live my life dangerous.
Yes, you do.
Uh,
Dangerous woman.
I'm
Hello.
on the edge. Don't you
Ariana?
tell me. Don't you tell me you're the same.
Okay. Fair enough.
No, because Amra comes.
Sometimes they'll say like I never sleep with the cables around, you know, and then I'm
Yeah.
like, but you know, I leave the fan on. So
That's the thing. We have a little like the area where we wash our hands and shit like that, and then there's a mirror, and then the mirror has like
an outlet.
an outlet that you can turn on and off. And I was like, why do you always leave the fan plugged in?
the hairdryer, not
The hairdryer.
Yeah.
And
Plugged in.
and then you were like, you did that too one time, and I was like, yeah, at least because you can turn on and off
No, that's for the
electri-
light.
the electricity. No, that's for try and turn on the fan without that turned.
Okay, I'll do it right after this podcast.
Let's pause.
We'll keep you updated. Give me a public apology right now.
Luckily, I can admit when I'm wrong
There you
when faced with facts.
There you go. Go.
Anyways, point is, there's electricity running through a hairdryer at all times.
Yes, and the hairdryer in itself is a very like heatable, could burn down the house if left plugged
And
in.
it's not like an expensive one that's like, you know.
Yeah, it's gonna not do that. Like,
No,
it will.
it was 10 euros.
Yeah,
We call him Harry.
Harry.
We love him.
Because hair, he dries hair. The point is, I leave it plugged in because I'm always like, what's the difference between that and the TV being plugged in?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
And then Amra, she says, whenever I come to Salma's place, I turn everything on because I don't want the one time I come to walk him the
Yes.
time when everything burns.
Yeah. Oh.
So,
No, it's funny, and even if it did, I just like the last.
I know, but it's her.
Yeah.
No, Amra is a really terrified human of like. Well, first of all, of snakes, and of, she used to be of dogs, but this motherfucker helped her.
Yeah.
And,
Healer. Which is
and-
so weird because he's the most like forward dog. Like he
Yeah.
will hump you. He will jump on you directly. Maybe
Yes.
that helped. Exposure therapy.
No, but I always say this at the beginning. I was like, hey, she's. Hey, she's really
Yeah.
scared, buddy. He's like, okay.
Yeah, and he just smells her a little bit, which he never does with anyone. He's
Yeah.
very like, "Ah, hi."
And then when he saw that she was being more open, he
Yeah.
was being more, hello.
Yeah.
And now when she comes, he does her little. He loves doing this when people come. He does a little jump on everybody.
Yeah,
That's his high. Like,
Yeah.
hello, I jump on you.
I jump on you and now I bite.
I jump on you.
Hmm.
He been a fuck buddy of mine, but he deserved it. He's into feet.
It's just God's way, God's plan.
I
Honestly.
know. It's do you know that do you know that meme of like when somebody is pointing a gun at you and saying the only way I won't pull this trigger if you quote an entire Drake song,
Mm-hmm.
and then a guy goes like, I thought I knew God's plan.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, love.
So yeah, this week was just a lot of just laying around playing video games. It was fairly fun.
Yeah.
I miss having more friends, and I do still have friends. I'm not like I grew up when no,
Yeah.
just a lot of friends are out, out of the
Yeah,
country
doing.
now. So I've been missing a lot of people. I masturbated a lot,
Hey.
like a lot.
Yeah,
Like,
a good amount.
yeah,
Yeah.
like even I say it's a lot. So
Yeah. So
maybe
it's
call a
it's
medical professional.
maybe yeah, maybe get you into rehab.
Maybe
Yeah.
my great
Try to
grandfather.
make you go to rehab, but you won't go.
I say
Oh,
no.
oh,
Yes, it's been bad. It's funny. I mean, it's not funny. This is funny.
Mm-hmm.
My great grandfather. So we have a history of alcoholism in our family,
No.
and my great grandfather went to rehab. Which, by the way, kudos to him
Yeah.
on
For
going to
at that
rehab because
in
it's
that
like
time, yeah.
it's such a non-spoken thing. Like,
But it's funny too, like to what like to what extent did he have to go for it to become like, oh, I need help? Because back in the day, honey, if you
today,
weren't,
your mom.
my mom is like, I'm fine.
If somebody told your mom to go to rehab, she'd be like,
For what? For what? Literally for what? Yeah, and she's
"Meanwhile,
like
she cannot."
2 bottles of wine a night plus any pills she can find.
If I told
It's like,
you to go to rehab, you'd be like, "For what? You're a high functioning alcoholic."
that's my point. I don't want to minimize the suffering of true alcoholics because okay, let me talk now. My thing is, I don't drink
don't have an
as I
alcohol.
used to. Like, I would like, because I have, okay, let me just, throughout my, like, when I just started working, it was like, I'm not going to drink throughout the week. I just drink on the weekends. But then that ended up being like, every Saturday or Friday night, I'm going to drink 2 bottles of wine, pass out, and feel like shit on Sunday.
Yeah, Tina Aguilera.
Yes. Now I'm more like, which by the way, the hotter it gets, the less I want to drink anyway. So I'm like, whatever.
Well,
But
maybe
like,
the hotter it gets, you should drink more water.
fair.
You know,
Yeah. But like now I'll be like, I'll come home from work, I'll have 2 beers, fall asleep. Like that's my max at this point. Like
and you're not falling asleep being like, I'm drunk. Oh,
yeah, I'm just like a tiny little bit of tipsy, barely, and being like, oh, this is nice.
no, but
So like,
you will agree that you can't go a week without alcohol. You know, like you will agree that it.
I have this week. I don't think I drank at all.
Ooh.
Yeah, because I had the operation. I didn't drink that day. Didn't drink day after that. I bought a bunch of
So
alcohol yesterday,
you could
and I didn't
potentially
drink it.
get pregnant.
Yeah. No, I think
Now,
that's
pregnant people do like it's in their body now too.
for my mom. It was my mom like got
Your mom
pregnant.
is a non-functioning alcoholic.
Yeah, but when she
Alcoholic.
got pregnant with me, she didn't
Nothing,
know
yeah.
yet, and they went out drinking, and she had like a beer and a half, and like she threw up, like she
Yeah.
couldn't, her body couldn't handle it, and then she was like, "Well, it's got to be something, because a beer."
Cigarettes do like I think
That's my problem. If I get pregnant, I'm fine quitting everything.
No, but
I don't know if I can. I could quit coffee before I quit.
I think your body just tells you because I think I'm gonna bullshit you here. I think my grandma was a big smoker, or my grandma's mom, or something
Yeah.
like that. And then when they got pregnant, they were just like, "Okay, I don't need cigarettes."
Yeah.
And then they took it as an opportunity to quit.
Well, that's great. We'll see.
Yeah,
But
but some people.
all of the like my mom, my friends' moms, like all smoked throughout the whole pregnancy, and like everything's fine. So like I'm just saying, not gonna do it. PC, but
I had a, I can, I have the full legal right to shit about your alcoholism as much as I want because when you want to make change, you start with the man in the mirror.
yes.
To quote Batman. Um,
Okay.
I love that you didn't watch that movie, but I told you that joke. You
Yeah.
remember that. I'm thankful for
Yes.
that. We gotta watch the Lego Batman movies.
Mhm.
And God, Jesus Christ, he is chewing on a bone, and it sounds like when I'm chewing on plastic.
I know.
Anyways, my stomach issues.
So for whatever reason,
For whatever reason, I ate a whole Lego. Well, don't make it look like a rabbit. Um, But yeah, so people here have so like for instance, Amra's dad, he was like, I don't want to go to rehab,
Yeah.
drunk every night,
Yeah.
like. And then my great grandpa was like, I have to go to rehab, I have to fix myself for my family. He broke nurse's ribs,
Okay.
threw somebody against the wall.
All right.
He was aiming at a window, but the window was small enough. But if it was big enough, the person would have flown out.
Root doot dooty. I don't. Okay.
And then it's gonna be me on rehab for masturbation.
Yes.
And they're gonna be like, John, don't touch yourself. I'm gonna break somebody's. I'm gonna actually throw somebody out of
Yes.
the window.
Rightfully so.
Absolutely. And then this is gonna be me gooning over.
Yeah. The dead body. Okay. Anyway.
Anyway, Shane Dawson is problematic past.
Um. No, my week has been. Okay. Here's my lure. Monday, Tuesday, went to work. Everything as per
Man,
usual.
fucking you, my lives, the high on the 7 days a week.
Wednesday, I had my little dental operation thing happening.
Little
Well,
and dental don't go together.
yeah. No, that's the
little and
thing.
dental operation
Yeah.
combined.
That's the thing I told you. Like with everyone, I just go like, "Oh, I have an operation," and then everyone is like, "Oh, what?
Oh my
Like,
god, what is it? Oh my
is it
god, I'm
like
so worried
an
for you.
appendix? Like, are you
Yeah.
operating your heart?
Oh
Like,
my, oh
what's?"
my god,
Because I love to be dramatic.
I
And
am
not be
so
like,
worried and
yeah.
not distraught. I'm distraught emotionally. I'm
Yeah.
not physically reacting
Yeah.
to having an operation.
And then they're like, "Oh, what's wrong?" And then I'm like, "Oh, I'm like my like I have to like cut open my like jaw essentially."
And then everyone just goes, ew.
No, but everyone is like, "Oh, okay," and then they go, "Ooh." Like,
Like-
oh, it's chill, but like, God, I wouldn't want that. God, cut open my heart. Like,
It's a universal thing.
Yeah.
It's just because no, I'm telling you, if I ever have to do anything to my teeth to an extent, when I go for a teeth checkup, I'll go to the hospital and like to pass out.
Yeah, like put me out.
Yeah. And then they were like, "We had no issues, like we didn't," and I was like, "Okay."
You know what my favorite like thing I saw about that is there's a guy, he was in the middle of an operation and randomly anesthesia stopped working. He woke up and the doctor didn't know what else to do in that second and punched him in the face. Decked him in the face so he passes out. And I'm like, that is so brilliant. That is quick thinking. That man should get a raise. That man should be the president of the United States of America.
Have the Nobel Prize.
Yes.
For
Medicine.
operating on someone.
Yes. So I thought it would be like, because I already had this operation, but it was done on the front side of my face, so it swelled up. The thing is, it's like really creepy to think about because now, like, I think about it and I'm like, ew.
You can tell me that it was, after I got the anesthesia. You tell me anesthesia, I'm running out.
Yeah.
I bent a needle at the dentist's office. I bit needles.
Get it the fuck away from me.
I
will not be participating. I don't identify. Leave me alone.
They should have had the legal right to like belt me
Yeah.
to the thing.
We had to do that to Anna, my cousin, because he had to get like infusia or whatever. Like it was like in his arm, but he like is deadly afraid of needles. We had to like restrain.
I had to get an IV drip this week.
Mm-hmm.
Because stomach issues.
Yeah.
And then I have a new doctor, and she is so fresh out of school.
Yeah.
Like when doctors, like doctors, the more they know, the less they talk.
Yeah. Which, yeah, you're so right about that. God, you're so right about that. Oh,
because
the sheer like egomania of doctors and police officers makes me want to like. I hate.
I wouldn't say egomania. It's in. With young doctors is this thing like
cockiness.
School? No, not even cockiness. I have a new doctor. She's nice.
Okay.
I'm not saying she's shitty.
Okay.
I'm saying it's this like school taught me to be 14 times more careful than I always am. So it's like, okay, and do you have a history with this? And do you have a history with this? And do you have a history with this?
And all doctors are just like,
did you sneeze one day before? Did you when you were sick, when did you notice you were sick? When you blink, do you blink faster? Do you blink slower? What happens?
Oh, okay.
Did your tattoo start moving when you sneeze? Do you love your mother? Let's know. and then like doctors who, first of all, if they know you, then if they also are doctors for long, they're like, "Oh, you've been shitting? Sounds like your stomach's bad."
Yeah. Could be that your stomach is A little messed up.
Yeah.
Drink
I know
this.
how you eat. I ate with you once.
Yeah.
Whenever I give you by data, you always eat more than I have.
Yes, you eat the wrapper. So hey.
I'm still eating my so bad.
Take that thing they check the throat with, start chewing it.
So
Start licking it like an ice cream. Like where did the ice cream go?
the metal one or
Oh, the wooden one. Well, um,
so no, and it was really and then basically I most likely have worms.
and we've been just hanging out.
Yeah.
I was just
Now, you know
hang.
what the thing about worms is? It's just your body's being weird. I'm not gonna get more skinny.
Yeah, that's the annoying part. I want the parasite
I
thing.
want that thing that eats the food that you eat.
Yes, let it grow, give birth to it, and then you're skinny.
Yeah.
It's great.
Mhm.
No, but the thing with my operation thingy was like I forgot because I had it once, and it was like it was in the front, and they put the anesthesia and whatever they did it. It stopped working after a while, so I had to be like, okay, this kind of hurts now, so they had to put it again. This time I went in. The problem is I forgot how much getting the anesthesia in the first place hurts.
That's my
I was so confident. I laid there. I'm like, I know it's gonna happen. I'm with it. I get it. And I laid there, and they put the fucking needle in. I shit you not, tear. Like I closed my eyes, like really squinch them, and you just see tears rolling down here and here. I was so embarrassed. And then they did it.
I'm not
And
embarrassed at anything at the dentist. I
mm,
enter, I say hello.
hello, I will
You
bite your hand off.
I say hello. You might have like a police like dossier
Yes.
about me in
Uh-huh.
every office. It's kind of legal in
Mhm.
most Bosnian states and some in some Croatian
Mhm.
places that they've heard about me.
Yes,
They've
they
heard
know.
about
They
me,
know the lore.
and I will cooperate verbally as
Hmm.
much as I can. You
Yes,
do one move that isn't something that
I'm
you
ripping
said.
your heart out.
I am kicking you in the balls, lady dentist.
Yeah.
I'm punching you in the boob. You know,
Yeah. No, but
so and then also like dentistry is purely genetics.
yes.
You know me and my tooth care.
Yeah.
I sometimes remember to do it in the morning.
No, that's the thing. Even with me, I'm not a big like I gotta brush my teeth
Yeah.
every time I eat and every night. Like I'll essentially I'm like you. I'll just really brush them in the morning and like
Yeah.
sometimes at night when when I don't like fall asleep.
That's too much for me.
Yeah. But I've never had a cavity in my life.
That's
That's the most annoying part is that my teeth looked so fucked for so long of my life, and I'm like, guys,
even cavities were like ew.
literally, and I'm like, it's not. Ugh, I hate it because they're such healthy teeth,
Yeah.
but they're like fucked
Yeah.
coordinationally. However, I
No,
had to like,
they come to me and they're like, "Oh, you've been flossing. You've been." I'm like, "No,
no, haven't
I'm
done
not
shit.
gonna lie to you, Mister.
That didn't do
No, I
shit.
did not. Check my mama and papa."
Yeah.
Oh,
But so they did it, and like the last one lasted for about like 45 minutes. This one was like I was done in 15. Like they just scraped it out,
was it
sewed
girl
it.
or boy?
It was a dude. It was a dude both times. The first one fucked it up because I had like my face blew up like a balloon. Like I can't explain it to you. I looked like a mouse for a very long time.
Okay.
So I expected it would happen again. I was like, oh, it has to be like the
Happens when
shock.
they do like a good correct operation.
Yeah, it doesn't. So I came home being like, I'm probably gonna like need to take 2 days off to like recuperate from the swelling to go down. I came home, it started hurting after the anesthesia wore off, so I took one painkiller and I was done. Nothing after
Did you
that
drink
hurt.
all of my Xanax?
Didn't take one.
Okay, give me
Didn't
that.
need- Okay. So I just kind of laid the first day I was like, I'm just gonna lay in bed, not do anything. The problem with that is I haven't done that in a very long time. Just had to have a full day of doing nothing, like fall asleep. I woke up in the morning. I was like, I need to do everything on this
You called
God
me.
green
I
earth.
know. I was with you.
God green earth. Everything.
You did more than I usually do.
Yeah.
The thing is, I would have done. I feel the same amount as you if it weren't this goddamn sun. You did everything with the weather that was going
With
on.
like my organs boiling. And I was so happy. I
No,
was
because
so
you were
happy to do
cleaning
it.
out your closet, which is a big thing,
Yeah.
and
In this household, mama, let me tell you.
and I was like, I think we did like, I'd say 80%
Yeah.
without like just separating the clothes. We didn't put it in,
Yeah.
and I was like, hey,
Tapped out.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna I do the windows. That's my thing.
Yeah.
I love the neighbors passing by and
Let
me
me
being
be.
like, "Hi."
Hi.
Um. So yeah, we gave our dog a haircut. He looks
He
horrendous.
looks horrendous.
So you know when they showed the pictures of like bears in like really bad zoos,
Yeah, when they're been like tortured,
tortured, and they don't have enough
malnourished.
food, and a lot of the hair is falling off.
Mhm.
It's what he looks like, but he's also very happily chewing on a bone.
Yeah, like he's good, he's
He's good.
fine, but
He's
he
fine.
looks abused,
He
and
looks just the worst.
because hey, we're not hair professionals.
But we are love professionals.
Yes, we are. And he like, and it's better for him because it's hot and it's like it's easier. It doesn't have the fucking coat on him. But I'm so like, I don't think he looks bad. He just looks different. So we're both
Yeah.
like,
No, no, no.
ooh,
My thing is because his hair, his head is now 3 times smaller than
less.
it usually
Yeah,
is. But we never do his paws.
yeah,
So his paws are like his normal size, and then his head is like,
tiny. Hi. So yeah. No, but that day I woke up and I was like, I got a plan. I'm a woman. Hear me roar. I pulled out all the shit from the closet. I'm like, the only way I'm gonna come back home and do it is if it's on the floor. So I pulled all of that out. I put a load of laundry in. I went to my checkup at the doctor's. I went to the store, bought a bunch of like random shit that I've been meaning to buy for the past month. Like,
I forgot
things
deodorant.
that you don't need, like soap for your dishes. Um so
Well, to be fair, we have bought soap for dishes 2 times,
2 times.
and
We've been here for over a year.
yeah, laundry detergent, like
Twice, three
yeah.
times maybe. The
And the last time we bought it, I was like, let's buy this big one, and I'll carry it home
Mhm.
like a big strong man.
Yeah,
Is it halfway done?
barely,
Yeah,
barely halfway done, and
and
that
then
was
you have
what
to
6 months ago.
yeah.
Like, yeah,
It was so long ago that the inside joke we had about it is old.
yeah. It's like, but yeah. So I bought a bunch of shit. Then I went to, and also my friend from work was like, "Hey, want to come with us on Sunday, like to go to like the a beach in
Yeah.
another country, like." And I'm like, you know what? Yes. Usually there's not a chance because she was like, "Hey, you have to buy the ticket today if you want to go because
Yeah.
like they're gonna be." And I'm like, if that had happened, there is not a chance in hell that I would do it. But I was so like, "Yes, I'm
You know,
going.
I'm doing everything.
I'm doing everything." So I went and I did that. I paid for that. We're going tomorrow. That should be fun. Then day after that, I was like, I did it all. I did my big one. Day after that, I was like, "What am I gonna do? Oh, let's go to the beach.
Yeah.
Like, let's go to the
Each. Let's go get away. They swam in the river, Una. Which I can't do because I'm a man.
yeah."
There's a thing in Dune, in the second Dune movie, where he goes like, "What's her face?" His mom
Mhm.
had to do something, and he
Mhm.
was like, "Is it hard?" And then she goes like, "Yeah, men can't survive it."
That's it.
That's swimming
That's
in
it.
Una. You know, it's like, is it hard?
It's
Men
really,
can't survive
yeah.
it.
It's really cold, and you have to really like have a bit of a shock to get used to it, and then it's great once you're in it, like for like a
I'm
minute or
fine with
two. You're
swimming in
good.
the Una when we go like rafting
Mhm.
because they give you those suits,
Yeah,
so I'm fine.
yeah.
But I just cannot. I'm a
Can't be
sauna boy.
bothered.
I'm a sauna boy,
Yeah,
and I love the water. You
yeah,
will see me one day. Like we said, next month we go to the sea again,
yeah.
just for
Oh,
me.
yeah, it's just for you.
And
It's the frolic. I love frolicking. God, I love
oh, you
frolicking
will
more than
not see me
anything.
frolic. You will see me out that bus, throwing all my stuff onto you,
Yes,
running,
running.
running and running and running and running and running till I hit the water.
Yes,
And then it's gonna be like 8:59, and we're leaving at 9, and then I'll exit.
yes.
That
That
bus,
that is me.
that bus is gonna have wet seats.
Yes. Oh
Anywhoosies,
no, it's great. I just feel like it's coming back is the most tiring thing in the world.
usually when it all comes back to you now.
Coming back from a vacation has got to be the worst feeling in the world. Not because like of the emotional, like oh I'm leaving and I'm having so much fun. No, coming back like just especially in a bus
Having to
is
check all your emails.
oh it's so annoying. And then being there and being like, are we there yet? Like no, we just sat down. Like
The bus didn't even start. Are we there yet?
are we there yet?
Um,
But hey, I'm doing it. I'm living life. I want to get, and also, as I said, I'm feeling very manicky, and I don't know if it's gonna last for long, so I want to use it up as much as I can. And I really want to get roller skates.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna get that. I don't know why. I just feel it'd be so much fun.
I'm not judging you.
Yeah. The the other day, like when I went home with you, I came back and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna climb up that hill again just for fun, and I did it. I
With the
went
bike?
down. Yep, with the bike,
For fun?
just for fun. I went
Love
up
that.
and I went down, and I was like, oh my god, I'm alive.
It's
Yeah.
funny because it's really not that intense of a hill.
But it is, I was not able to do it.
For me, no. The thing is, with me, when I can't do it, when I can't like bike up that hill, is when I didn't have a good start.
Yeah,
You have to have the momentum from the start
yeah,
to
and
go
then
up
go.
that hill and change the speed, and then so. But no, I get what you mean.
Yeah.
Like you don't know how to bike up that hill normally.
Hmm.
So you, with your lack of preparedness for
Yeah,
riding up there, is like not even a third of me biking up that hill.
yeah. It was
Because I'm like,
very like
okay, I prepared,
tense. Yeah,
I did everything. Okay, now it's
yeah.
easy. You just go like, I am riding, and I am riding up
I am
now.
I'm on a bike and I'm going up east, and then I go. But going down is so fun. I wish that I could just like let it like roll down, but I can't because like cars.
And also, I know I always say like our house is on the right,
Yeah, I have
and
to
we
turn.
can't do that sharp of a turn.
Yeah. Well, we could go down fully and then
No,
go turn back and go home.
no.
Yeah.
We were riding our bikes, and your glasses fell.
That was funny. My glasses fell off my head. I was like, let's just get it when we come back. So they were like, what the just stop and get the glasses. I don't
And
want
we
to.
went to visit our landlady slash therapist
Eh,
slash family friend for me.
yeah.
And so I'm off work because of fucking stomach pains.
Yeah.
You were off work because of a tooth operation. And she
Yeah.
goes like, "What the fuck are you doing outside?"
So like, go lay. And I'm like, I took off of work. I took off, like, I took sick leave. What am I supposed to do? Lay in bed? Am I stupid? Do I look like an idiot to you?
And post it all on your story so they can sue you.
Yeah.
Oh. But yeah, I'm gonna do some overtime tomorrow because I'm gonna say it, but then I'm gonna say the actual truth. But like, I wasn't there, so all the tickets were fucked. But it's they just had to do calls and shit like that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do some overtime to get some more hours. There's the thing because there's not a lot of us. They're doing this thing like this promotion with like when you do overtime
Mhm.
now, you get both the hours and you get $10 an hour.
Oh, that's
So I'm gonna
great.
work like 4 hours tomorrow, and I'm gonna get $40, and I'm gonna get 4 hours off.
Yeah.
And I'm also gonna do all my like hours
Yeah.
for this month, so I can have like a lot of money too.
Yeah.
Because I gotta buy a Switch,
Mm.
and I don't know, and oh no, in
Yeah,
Germany,
Germany and stuff. Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. This week was both fun and not fun. And
Mm.
one night maybe I couldn't sleep because of anger,
Mm.
and then I couldn't sleep because of the heat.
God, the
Um,
heat.
Speaking of the heat, that Melissa McCarthy sure is funny.
Sure is funny. Other Melissa McCarthy movies do you like other than The Heat?
I don't know. I don't really think about Melissa McCarthy. Anyways, I grew up loving the Muppets.
Muppets are sure fun. I wish they find a way to combine my love of Melissa McCarthy and your love of the Muppets. Oh wait, they did.
And also, like, we've been watching too many good stuff recently. Why not make like a raunchy, bad,
Yeah,
disgusting comedy?
yeah,
And maybe have like fully like a Jim Henson production.
yeah. Say what you want. That's one of the funniest movies I've seen in a
It is no,
while.
it's horrendous.
Yeah, it's
It's
bad. Like it's just there to be like,
yeah.
let's poke
No,
fun
but
at
like,
like
why is that movie worse rated than like some
then
other dumb
Ghostbusters.
comedy? Then Ghostbusters, then like that fucking. I mean, we love that movie, but that fucking Jennifer Lopez shotgun wedding
Yeah.
movie. Then like, I mean, I'm gonna say it. Then Ocean's 8.
you you think Ocean's 8 is worse than this movie?
Yes, and I love Ocean's 8.
Where
Love Ocean's 8.
universe.
I'm joking.
Yeah, I
I'm
know.
joking.
But
No, it's not like high class comedy. Like I would say Clue is like really like, oh, this is a well made movie with like this is highly rated and shit like
yeah.
that. But like a lot of dumb comedy movies are just like, oh my god, this is amazing, and then this movie got nothing, but it's hilarious.
It's
It
genuinely like
also
made
is
me
a
laugh so
commentary on
many times.
racism,
So subtly, so
so
subtle with it.
subtly. Yeah, it's very.
They're
It's not.
really
It's
not in
not
your
like.
face
It's not like Disney's Utopia where it's not subtle at
at
all.
all.
It's
It's
okay. We're
so
talking about the Happy Time Murders.
yeah. Happy Time Murders with Miss Melissa McCarthy, and I just got to
I
say,
mean, I think saying that name, people are like, "What the fuck?" And then you say like that Melissa McCarthy raunchy Muppet movie.
yeah, and
I was
then
like, oh, okay.
yeah,
Told my mom like I want to watch that movie where Melissa McCarthy is a detective with Muppets. She's like, ah, horrendous. I love it.
yeah,
My mom, she just has this like, she just loves saying that shit is bad,
yeah.
but not in like a negative way.
Hmm. Just like I hate it. It's so good.
Yeah. No, um, I always go like, oh my god, I love Gone Girl, and she's like, ooh, too much,
Yeah, too much.
too much.
No, I love anything that has Melissa McCarthy in it because she can bring, like, just everything about her inclination, everything in her voice, everything in the way she presents lines is always gonna make me laugh. And like, you can give her the shittiest script, I will watch the movie. You know, because
Except
like
that one time she actually did like a good movie.
I never seen that. I don't care about. I don't care about seeing her in a drama. Not saying she can't do it. I think she's great. She's a brilliant actress. Love her. I just it's not my like. I couldn't see her as not funny.
Okay.
I wouldn't care.
I really
You know.
that for me that's my thing.
Okay.
I want like I don't know like Hugh Grant playing a detective.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I want to see you step out of your comfort zone.
Okay.
Except when we watch, I mean, I watched all the Satoshi Kon movies, and I
Mm.
was like, why isn't it just four different versions of Perfect Blue?
Yeah. What do you mean?
How dare you just not
Yeah.
make the perfect movie again and again and again and again?
No, Melissa McCarthy is one of those people like Adam Sandler who like they just play themselves kind of in every
Yeah.
movie, and but it's
No, and
funny.
Adam Sandler also did a like serious movie.
Yeah, and I'm not saying they can't do it. I love it, but I'm not in it.
You don't
I
want.
don't want to see it. I
I
don't care.
love it. I love to be like, hey, I just want y'all to know I can do this. I
Hmm.
just prefer doing this.
Yeah, now I'm gonna go back to
Yeah.
fucking around on an island.
Yeah.
But, um,
Don't talk to me about 12 or like 99.
don't talk to me about Mamma Mia.
No. Fucking around on an island with Adam Sandler is 99 first dates.
Question:
Sure.
Meryl Streep.
Okay.
I love her.
Yes.
Brilliant. What was she in aside from Sophie's Choice? That was so hard to act.
Okay. She was Julia Child.
Which is what?
She was a very famous cook, and then like something happened. And
Okay. Maybe I just only watched silly Meryl
you are
Streep
you are
movies.
silly Meryl Streep movies.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I mean, you will be the first to say that her performance in Big Little Lies.
Yes, correct. You're so right.
Let's go through Meryl Streep movies.
Let's go. It's
And-
just gonna be like the internet will crash.
Okay. You want to say that The Devil Wears Prada wasn't a hard movie to act.
Not saying that it wasn't hard to act, but it's still a silly movie.
It's a silly movie, but I think Meryl Streep's performance is a very tough acting challenge that
Mhm.
anybody else would not do a good job in.
Fair. No, you know what I loved? Okay, I have two moments where Meryl
Bridges
Streep.
of Madison County.
Don't tell me you saw that.
I didn't, but like
Okay, I'm
after-
like, what are you
no,
doing,
no,
friend?
but like Clint Eastwood and Meryl Streep.
Okay.
After the death of their mother, two siblings learned that she had fallen in love with an artist in 1965 that she had to break up with, as she did not want to give up on her husband and her children. Does not that not sound like
You're right. You're so right. I'm just bullshitting. I've
Yeah,
only
we
watched.
just didn't watch good.
Yeah, I
movies.
watched Mamma Mia. But
Sophie's Choice, of course.
yes.
Kramer versus Kramer. That's Meryl Streep.
Okay.
I'm not saying I watched Kramer versus Kramer.
Yeah.
I'm just saying the Iron Lady. She played Margaret Thatcher.
Margaret.
What's
What's
gonna-
the thing? Margaret, darling. Does anybody know what I'm referencing? Because I don't. Margaret, darling. What is that? I don't know. It's in the back of my head.
I think
Sipped.
for me, it's what's her face? She was in the High School Musical movies. Vanessa Hudgens.
Okay.
And the Princess Switch going like Maggie Moo.
That's not it. I don't know.
She
No,
was the mom
I
in
have
Women.
I have two attestaments to
We've not
Meryl
yet watched
Streep's.
The Hours.
What's that?
It's a 2002 movie with Are you prepared to hear the cast?
Oh my
The
god.
numbers?
Tell me.
It's a drama slash psychological thriller
Okay.
starring Meryl Streep,
Uh-huh.
Julianne Moore,
Oh god.
and Nicole Kidman.
Oh my god, we're watching it right
And
now.
she's playing Jim
Shut off this laptop.
in it. Janie
Alice fucking We're gonna watch that
and Claire
now.
Danes. Oh my god. And Margot.
Margaret Martindale. I feel like I must I can't believe I haven't heard about this. Because you know me, I search up movies based on the actresses and actors in it. How have I not
I
seen
think we
this
saw
before?
this, and a few times we're like, we gotta watch this, but we never got around to it.
I want to see that.
Allison Janney.
Alison Janney. God, I love that woman with all of my heart.
I was ready to be like, like the three of them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. And they're like,
Janney.
Tony Collette, for fuck's sake. And
mean-
Lindsay Marshall, which you don't remember her, but I think she was that bitch in that one Inside Number 9 episode that I hate. You know the one that's like Macbeth?
Uh-huh.
And she was
Me.
his girlfriend.
Yeah. Um,
Let me just I know that she was an Inside Number 9. I just know it.
I know it.
I just
By the way, watched Inside Number 9 last season. I hoped they would do a bit. The last episode that they did was kind of a thing of, oh, they're all at their release party of the last season, and they did a skit based around that.
okay.
They're playing themselves. They have all the actors who played.
Is there a plot twist?
That's the funny part. They're doing a joke place twist on it because the two of them get into a fight because the fat one, Steve, is like, oh, I want to do this other big role. It's shitty, but it gives you more money. And the Reese is like, oh, I want to do a detective show.
Yeah.
Like, I want to do this detective show, and it's gonna be the two of us together. And he's like, well, no, I don't want to be with you. I want to be my own person, shit like that. And then there's Reese is in the bathroom and he's trying to get another guy to be in the detective show with him, and then he knocks on the door of the bathroom. He's like, Reese, there's a plot twist. And they're playing into that. It's cute. And then they're like, yeah, I got rejected and whatever, but it's fun.
I like and knowing when to end it.
Mm-hmm.
Because these last few seasons, they were a bit like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, you have
There's
really good episodes. Let's not.
Yeah.
It's one of the best shows ever made.
Yeah.
But, at some points, it's like you have gotten a bit stale.
Because there has to be at some point, what is there left to talk about? What have 9 seasons of.
No, because let's say it's every episode is its own story that you wrote, and it's perfect.
Yeah.
Most of them are really good. Some of
Mhm.
them suck, like the one where that mom fucks Jesus.
Yeah, that was what the fuck. I think the whole lore was the biblical story of there's a whore, there's a
And it's like a
murder, there's a
Jesus is an immigrant.
yeah,
That's kind of gay.
and he's sitting and they're drinking the wine and there's the eternal family beef. But it's there's the one of you will betray me, and it was the guy. It was a very biblical story, but it's whatever. I have but even watching the worst of that show is still better than most other shows.
Absolutely.
So it's
Yeah. Anyways, the Muppet Murders.
Muppet Murder. No, I just want to say this one thing. When it comes to Meryl Streep, she showed her true essence as an actor to me twice, which was in Big Little Lies when I couldn't figure out it was her for 3 episodes. Even though they did no prosthetics on her, it was Meryl Streep, and I knew how Meryl Streep looked. But I was like, that cannot be Meryl Streep.
That's not Meryl Streep.
That is not her. And the second one was they were at an award show, and they were doing a bit from Devil Wears Prada, and it was Anne Hathaway and Emily Blunt on stage, and they were being like, Meryl's here, being so playing up, being like, oh my god, we're looking up to her as Miranda, and they just cut camera to Meryl Streep. And she makes just a singular 3-second face.
No, it's funny because I think they first cut the camera and it's like,
yeah, her laughing,
and then they cut it again.
And it's her full in Miranda mode. I've never seen anything like it before. And I'm like, you know what? You deserve all the Oscars.
Yeah.
But I like the Tina Fey joke that she made. It was like, Meryl Streep can simply not afford to be nominated anymore for all the dresses and all the makeup and all this.
I love when she won her last Oscar. She's like, oh, I heard half of America going, not her, not again. And then she goes like, "Whenever you're on here, you always forget to thank the most important people. To my husband."
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's.
Yeah.
I love
No,
her.
you can't hate her.
No, anyone who hates her is like, if anyone were to hate Betty White,
You're just
you're just shitty.
you just hear somebody being liked, and you're
Yeah,
like, "Well, I want to be negative."
yeah,
Anyways,
yeah. Muppets.
okay, the production of the puppet, it's the Jim Henson Company.
Hmm.
It's of course it's gonna be amazing Muppeteering, but
Yeah.
let me just say this again. It's the Jim Henson like Muppet studio.
Hmm.
So it's the people who make Sesame Street
Yeah,
and the
being like,
Muppets. And they're like, make this movie.
yeah, we're gonna, just
Have an octopus jerk off a cow.
yes, porn. Fucking
So good.
just make furry porn. No, it's really one of the funniest, and it's like, so the whole plot line is he's a cop, and it's like, oh,
He's a puppet.
he's a puppet cop, and Melissa McCarthy used to be his partner, and then they
Melissa
had him.
McCarthy's a human.
Yes, and it's like the city where Muppets and humans live together, and but like humans are prejudiced against the Muppets, and it's
Yeah,
very
it's
like,
the only reason that racism doesn't exist is just because they hate on puppets.
yeah, because they all come together, all colors of people come together to hate on the Muppets, and it's very much like they're being discriminated against. And there was this one Muppet who made it as a cop. He was the only one, the first Muppet ever, and then he ended up fumbling it because he had they were on a job and some
He missed a shot, and they thought he missed a shot because it was a puppet, and he was
yeah,
gonna kill another puppet.
yeah, so he got suspended, fired, whatever, and now he's
Melissa McCarthy has a puppet liver.
yeah,
She can
know,
do puppet drugs.
yeah, and they make her go really good. It's, now that I think about it, it's quite odd. It's
They
quite an
didn't.
odd movie.
I think they didn't play up the part that I wanted them to play up. I
What?
wanted them to be fucking disgusted
Yeah,
by the crime
and the
scenes.
thing is, they were. You just wanted more.
I wanted that to be half of the movie.
Yeah, just them throwing up at like,
Every time that there's like a Muppet body.
yeah, yeah,
Oh my god, I can't.
yeah,
Nobody went away from the scene being like, I can't look at it.
yeah.
You know, I need
But there's a shot of a guy throwing up, and they're just carrying like, uh, what's it called, stuffing,
not
like,
I want them to react like they've seen like a brutal
yeah,
especially on that one where the dog tears up his brother.
yeah.
I wanted somebody to go like, I can't. I
Okay.
wanted somebody to resign from their job.
Yeah, just to be like, I'm too old for this shit.
So there's a it's a fun movie. It's the main character is a very fuckable puppet.
Mm-hmm.
I just gotta say,
I'll agree with you.
every time he was on scene, I was just like, that's a very
That's
fuckable puppet.
no, it's about the attitude more than
It's about the
anything.
attitude with a big nose, and
Yeah,
it's very like I don't care about looking human.
yeah. I'm me, and I'm loving it.
I love my men that don't care about looking human.
That's my favorite thing. That's my type.
That is my
In
type.
fact, no, but it's really like just poking fun of everything, and it's
Poking
such
fun
a
of
like, yeah, you're doing good, kid, like that
yeah,
vibe. It's very them being
it's
like,
a noir, like they're trying to pull a noir story.
yeah,
And the
and
killer is also predictable. It's the woman at the beginning that
yeah,
is being like,
there's
I'm being blackmailed.
yeah, I'm so innocent and I'm so small and tiny.
Yeah.
When the thing is, she was the girl whose father he shot accidentally when he
Yeah.
missed a shot
And
of
she's
killing the
doing
puppet.
like a revenge thing. It
Yeah.
is a hoot.
It's quite a hoot.
It's so funny.
The way they figured it out, though, is the funniest. So there was when he was shooting, he missed and he shot her father, and she was there, and she had
She has
purple hair.
purple hair.
We cut to her sitting in a chair as she's being like, if she's because she framed the cop. She framed him.
Who's the actress that did that? That scene about like crossing her legs.
And
Shirley Temple.
Theron,
Charlize Theron.
Charlize Theron. She did the infamous movie scene where she's on a white dress sitting in a chair,
And she's wearing like a short skirt.
short, like tiny white dress, short skirt, something, and she uncrosses her legs, opens it. It's like red underwear, and she crosses them back, and it's very like the sexy like movie scene. And they did the same with this Muppet, but it was her.
Purple pubes.
She had pubes and they were purple. I should have known in that moment, and you should have known it's the kid.
No, because
Um,
no other Muppet was there with purple pubes.
Yeah, so that's how they figured it out, which is really funny. It's a really funny, but there isn't much to talk about. other than
No, the thing is, I was who's rewatching Glee? Oh, rewatching Glass Onion. Okay. Well, I saw rewatching Glee, and I suspected the worst. It's okay. So I watched this movie the way I usually watch movies that I'm not like that I perceive as not the best. You know, like I was playing a video game
yeah.
throughout the whole thing, and you and I watch movies like Perfect Blue, being like, I trust her intellect.
Mm-hmm.
I'm I don't have to comment on this movie. I don't have to be like, are you keeping up?
Yeah. So this meant
Yeah,
this.
do you get the metaphor?
Yeah.
And at the end of the movie, when we talk about it, we just go like, yeah, 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 and I
And then
noticed that too.
yeah.
Meanwhile, this movie, it's like, oh, you fucking puppet, and we go like, oh, because puppets racism.
Yeah. There's one scene where he gets out and there's this like street performer puppet.
Yeah.
And he's jumping and dancing and whatever, and a bunch of kids go around him and they're like, yeah, shut up, you fucking puppet, and da-da-da, they're poking fun at him, and then
take his eye out.
yeah, and then he comes around and he's like, yeah, get out of here, and then he looks at him, he's like, you know, you don't have to do this anymore, and he's like, I love doing it, and I'm like, get it, because racism. It's just random
And
shit.
it's not her doing it because she doesn't think I'm paying attention. She knows I can multitask.
It's just
If I
funny.
wasn't playing the game,
I would still do it.
I would also. I mean, I was doing the same thing.
Yeah.
And it's funny because sometimes we went like, oh, because of this. And then in the movie they went like,
Oh,
oh,
because of that.
this.
It's so
No, it's we will watch fucking like I don't know, like a math equation like being solved in front of us, and we go, and later we'd be like, yeah, we both got it.
Yeah.
We will watch a fucking children's ABC. And we're like, oh my god, is the next one gonna be D?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Oh my god, you're sorry. You were right.
E.
I think. Well, I didn't see that coming.
Mm-hmm.
Steadily in my head, I had to be A, B, C, and E.
So we were just commenting on this movie, like, wow.
Wow, they said that.
They also had my girl. Well, who is she? What's her name?
Oh, the one who did the
Yes,
Cocaine Bear?
Yes.
Yeah, you love her.
She is my bitch.
It was funny they had a scene of like,
Elizabeth Banks.
Elizabeth Banks.
Let the record show.
I will confirm. You showed me the phone.
You showed me the phone. It was just bookmarks of porn. It's
yeah,
fun.
it's fun. It's chill.
Want to tell them what happened the other day?
It was me and my friend from work. She really wanted to watch Bridesmaids, and I'm like, I get why, because you think it's funny. It's not, but let's watch it. You'll see for yourself. So I turned it on. I go to look it up.
Open Google.
I open Google. I like go to write down Bridesmaids, and then in history search it goes gay porn, stepbrothers, Nick and whatever. Terry. I first I didn't even notice it. Then Amala goes like, "What?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's John's." Ha ha ha. So I take a picture of that, send it to you, and I'm like, "Ha, caught in 4K." You just like it, and I'm like, usually he would at least write like a ha ha or something, and I'm like, fine.
Explain what the porno is about.
Yeah, send it to me. So it's
like,
weird.
why didn't you watch that? No, because I thought it was caught in 4K because you did brides like it did bride and then it was like bridesmaids.
Yeah.
And I didn't see the
porn, yeah.
because that porn doesn't have bride in it.
Maybe it was bride born. I'm thinking like
I don't know.
maybe it was the name.
Maybe brothers.
Yeah, maybe brothers.
There were stepbrothers. But what was with the movie?
Maybe Elizabeth Banks.
Elizabeth Banks. Elizabeth, and it was I was playing a game the whole time, and I can multitask.
Yeah.
I can watch a movie and play a game, and I was like, I took a moment to be like, Elizabeth Banks is really such a good actress because like she does silly stuff, but she can also do like a serious role, like in Hunger Games. She really proved her worth. And then the car explodes
with her in it,
and Elizabeth Banks is in the car getting burned, and I go, like,
I've never seen you have more of an emotional reaction to anything in your life. It's the funniest.
Me cry to the Simpson movie.
Yeah, and you were so like gasp of like
pure shock
of like a mother losing her child.
Show you movies that I've already seen.
Yeah,
so it's usually you being shocked, and I just go like,
Yep.
Yep. She's been. It's not about the perfect blues at the end. It's about the perfect blues you make along the way. I love that, and it will stay with me. Like Perfect Blue being like the when I have to mention a good movie.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
and if I have to mention a good Batman movie, as well,
Let go back.
Batman movie.
It was one of my favorite jokes was when she was doing the chloroform, and then she was like, "Hey, does this smell like chloroform to you?" And then she like knocks the guy out, and it's them fighting.
Hey
No, but
driver, I have to ask you a question.
the funny part is that they were like her Melissa McCarthy and the Muppet Cop were fighting, being like not fighting, but like going back and forth with it, and he was like, "Get the fuck out! You unlock this, and I'm gonna take care of the situation." Like, hey driver, does this smell? Look, I have to ask you a question.
Not does this smell for
Yeah,
Hey
just like
driver, can I
ask you a question. That's really
I
funny.
haven't watched a lot of Melissa McCarthy stuff. I watched the Ghostbusters remake, or Femquil or Fequel, whatever you want to call it. No, I mean Femake,
Female?
whatever you want to call it. And I wasn't like, ugh, this movie sucks. I'm not gonna watch Melissa McCarthy.
Yeah.
I just, in general, I know her from Mike and Molly, and
But that's the thing. You've seen Bridesmaids, right?
I've seen like
Half of it.
not even half.
Yeah, but Bridesmaids is I don't like that movie.
Bridesmaids really sucks.
Yeah,
But I
'cause-
wasn't. But it's not to like. I want to watch The Heat with you.
yeah,
I'm not being like I
yeah.
hate Melissa
No, but
McCarthy.
most of her movies are this.
Yeah,
Like
they're
this is
dumb
the
comedy, and you
yeah.
know me, watching too much of that can physically hurt me.
But I love it so I love like a straightforward like you would love Spy.
Okay.
It's a lot of
No,
this,
but
but it's
also you
really fun.
can't watch. Okay, let me put it in a term. You like it when I show you an animated movie, but you
Yeah,
can't do it every week.
fair.
You know
Yeah,
what
I
I
know.
mean? It's like
I know.
I like this, but
Yeah.
too much of it, and I'm gonna grow so tired of it.
Yeah. No, I know. I can't even like sometimes I would have like a marathon of it. Then I buy the third movie, I'll be like, oh, shut up.
Oh, you gotta
Nobody cares.
cleanse your palate, watch something good.
Yeah.
Mamma mia.
Mamma mia, yeah. Yeah. Um no, but she has my comedy, like my sense of humor tied like in a nutshell is I don't know. I love her to that.
My sense of comedy is like the kid movies that I showed you.
Okay.
My sense of comedy is the Muppets.
Yeah, it is The Simpsons.
Are you attracted to me?
Yeah,
How old are you?
15
You are not attracted
to me. No, but yeah. No, it's a really funny movie. Really funny.
It's a great story about friendship.
It's a great story about friends.
They shoot that bitch, and she goes like, "Honestly, it's so hard to pull off all white." Like,
Yeah. I gotta say. I gotta say.
it's a really fun movie, and Maya Rudolph plays a like we have mentioned Maya Rudolph.
Is she your favorite?
She probably is.
Yeah, I knew it. Because she has really your vibe.
I mean, my favorite was, but it's just like I love Elizabeth Banks.
Yeah, so it's
So just show me 3 seconds of Elizabeth Banks, and she'll
yeah.
be my favorite.
Yeah.
But Maya Rudolph was there, and I love that they gave her like this cunty role.
Yeah.
Because usually they're like, Maya, can you do like an under chin and like be ugly?
Yeah, be ugly and be like gross funny.
Yeah, gross funny, and you're like a mom type, and you're
Yeah, like
no, she
shit on the street.
She was funny, but she was like, Ghostbusters, what do you want? And she was
Yeah.
you know. And it was really nice to see them give Maya Rudolph. I said this to you. I'm not an SNL actor fan.
I do love Kate McKinnon though.
I
would die
love
for
Kate McKinnon, but for me, she's too good. So
She's too good for us now.
I dissociate
Yeah,
from
she's
SNL.
not SNL.
But like, I will always say her, Kristen Wiig.
Could die in a fire.
I just think Kristen Wiig is a bad seed on this earth.
We can cut this. We can. Love Kristen.
No, I hate Kristen Wiig. Like even Amy Poehler and Tina Turner.
Tina turns her.
Tina Fey. Sometimes I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Maya Rudolph, I can't get enough of.
Yeah.
Too wet.
No, I love Maya Rudolph. I love Kate McKinnon. I don't think I know anybody from the newer cast. Tina Fey and
Amy
Poehler, I feel like are only good when they're together. To me.
Okay, there's that one black guy from the like new ones, and I have to.
Michael.
I don't know.
Does he do the news thing?
No.
Okay.
He's very annoying. The one from the news one is charismatic.
Yeah. The white one from the news one is married to what's her name? Beautiful blonde.
I'm talking about Kenan Thompson. This one on the
Oh,
full-
he's from the OG, like
Oh, but
SNL.
he's still in it.
Yeah, but he's like the like he's been there from the beginning.
Oh,
Like
really?
I think one of like the oldest cast members.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
I gotta talk about him real quick.
Okay.
He can do one character.
Hmm.
He always talks like this, and he's like, oh, da, and you hear his voice, and you know that it's him.
Okay.
There's this motherfucking podcast.
Mm,
It's called the Batman Audio Adventures,
mm,
and they cast the actor of Batman is a black man. I forgot his name. He plays the officer in the new Batman movie, and he did a really good job playing. Um, oh, I haven't seen that one in a while. I forgot his
mm.
name.
You ashamed?
I am. I really am.
You should be.
Can we cut this out?
Can we cut the?
Can we
You
cut
can
this
cut it out. I love Batman. Love Batman. It's funny because he's wearing a Batman shirt right now.
Commissioner Gordon.
Okay.
Commissioner Gordon is Batman's best friend, and this guy played Commissioner Gordon in the new one,
Mhm.
and in the Batman audio narrations, he plays Batman, and I grew around to liking him,
Yeah.
but he's being a bit too Batman-y for my taste. He's being like,
What?
what we want about this, and I'm like, okay, you did a great Commissioner
Yeah.
Gordon, and Commissioner Gordon, like, let's not be like John's a racist. Commissioner Gordon is usually white.
Okay.
And he did a great Commissioner Gordon
Mhm.
in the movie, where
Mhm.
like you can see his color.
Yes.
Now here it's like Batman is white, but he's voiced by a black guy.
Mhm.
But I'm like, either you should have had a better director, or they
Mhm.
should have kept you as Commissioner Gordon. And then Commissioner Gordon is played by this motherfucker
Mhm.
from SNL,
Mhm.
and that it's Commissioner Gordon who's such an important character to the Batman lore, and he's Batman's best friend, and he's always with Batman. And then he's like, I don't know, the Joker got away with it in a very serious Batman
Yeah.
show. And
Shut up.
whenever I hear him, I'm just like fucking pissed.
Yeah.
Because like somebody else could.
What good came out of SNL?
Uh,
Genuinely.
Tina Fey got to ride Mean Girls because of SNL.
Fair. You're
Yeah.
right. Tina Fey.
A lot of Amy Poehler stuff. Like Amy Poehler got popular because of SNL. She was
Yeah.
happiness in Inside Out.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, but like, what did SNL do that was good?
their career.
Yeah, but like from SNL,
Oh, from SNL, the actress.
Deirdre.
Yeah, Deirdre, the actress.
Deirdre, absolutely.
The skit, the actress. The other day, I was so funny. There was a Instagram post. So you know when they do those like little writing tips.
Yes,
and they
it's
go,
like if you wrote.
you made a story about best friends falling in love, but then realizing that they fucked up their friendship. What's the last line? And then they did like, you write a story about an actor getting way into their role and it taking over their lives. What's your last line? And then I commented like, Deirdre, how do I get you out of me?
God, I love it. Love it.
love Deirdre.
Love Deirdre.
And then after that, it was a video of Pink going like, "My name is Pink because I had a pink cookie, but that's another story." And then going like what Pink
Yeah.
means to her and shit like that. And then I just commented the gif of Thorgy Thor, and for all of you who don't know, Thorgy Thor once was like, "I'm not a big fan. I'm not a huge Pink fan."
Yeah.
And then Bob the drag queen was like, "Drag Pink," and then she like to make fun. She was like, "I just don't like her.
I
And I
think
she's
she's
a bad
awful.
seed on
Bad
this earth."
seed.
And she goes like, "Okay, it's too much. Can we cut this off?" And then they redo it, and they're like, "The song is so what?" And my favorite is she goes like, "The song is so what?" And then Tochi goes, "So what?"
What? Mm.
What do you think about Pink?
Love
Pink.
Love Pink.
It's very Michael Jackson.
Yeah, like I hate to
But it's
hate touring.
don't like touring, but I love meeting the people. Hey, Michael, can we do it without the negative connotation that you hate touring? But I hate touring. I go for
Touring.
That's my favorite.
Yeah.
Touring.
I'll do it. You all know.
No. He goes like, "I'll fidge the truth for you a
Little bit. Yeah.
I love the way that man talks.
I love him.
But y'all know the truth. Okay, 3, 2, 1. To talk.
This one video of like, imagine being a kid of a celebrity and you getting into a fight. It's just
Get right here.
young man, you opened this door right now.
And it was like a video of Michael Jackson like with his knees bent, you know,
Yeah, like
mid dance. Like,
young man, you opened this door. Oh, it's so funny. I love the internet.
That it's such a beautiful place.
But imagine
Even
having
though
to.
I did go into like this rabbit hole of incels.
Mhm.
There's this one guy who made this one video game called Yandere Simulator,
Okay.
and he didn't complete that game for a long time, and then like more information came out of him, and he was just a massive incel.
Okay.
So an involuntary celibate,
Uh
as I called
huh.
him back in the day. And it's just this. Okay, so anime now, because it's yandere is a term from anime,
Hmm.
and anime now has a really bad rep, and it's funny because now when you see these weebs watching these shows aren't as controversial as what made incels before
Yeah.
be like, oh, you're the reason I hate
Yeah.
anime. Because it's like, I want these perfect women, and I like a woman that doesn't really want me, but kind of wants me,
Yeah.
And it's horrendous, but it's also a bit comical
Mm.
because usually their love for that comes from a show that I, as like an observer who isn't fetishizing women and is
Yeah.
viewing this as like an artful story,
Yeah.
they come from good shows.
Yeah.
So there's Neon Genesis Evangelion, and I think they also do to Cowboy Bebop. But in Neon Genesis Evangelion, there's this one like 16-year-old girl who isn't sexualized in the show itself, but she's like, I don't like you, but I kind of do.
Yeah.
Like to the main character. And the whole show is like this huge metaphor of like mental health and wanting to improve yourself.
Yeah.
And then they go like, I'm alone. Sorry,
It's
that
fine.
was so hard.
At this point, I'm like, you know what?
And then they go like,
Abuse is fine.
it's this, I want a girl like this. And it's like,
Yeah.
you didn't get the point.
Yeah.
It's like,
There's nothing. No, I think the biggest, like, most brandly known shit from that is American Psycho. It's like it was made as like a parody of this like alpha male type thing, and then everyone is sucking their dick. Meanwhile, it was made by with a gay man and a woman. So like, what the fuck? Even though I personally am not a fan of American Psycho because
even knowing that,
even being aware of it, it's just not like
I will never watch Fight Club. Like, I do not want to watch a movie going in being like, I'm gonna hate this
mm-hmm.
because too many people ruined Fight Club for me.
Okay.
So there's not a chance that I can watch it and be like, I can see past the people
Shit,
and see
yeah.
what the movie is.
Yeah, like
So,
the Joker.
I don't. I went to the cinema. Okay, you're gonna be shocked here.
Okay.
You're gonna be completely shocked. Here.
Okay.
I love the Joker. When I first watched it,
The
the
movie.
Joaquin Phoenix
Yeah.
Joker.
Okay.
Because I was a dumb teenager and I was like,
Mhm.
this is a deep movie.
Oh, society.
Yeah, it's talking about society, so it must
Yeah.
be deep, And then I remember a few months later just going like, what the fuck was I on? Well, it's like
Without the internet being like,
it wasn't a thing of it's popular now, so I hate it.
yeah,
Because like Batman Returns is considered a great Batman movie and it's
yeah,
like really popular among the community.
mhm,
And you don't see me being like, I hate it.
yeah,
It's just the Joker is such a I can never get behind the scene where you find out that the woman that he's been in love with, like that their dates were in his head the whole time,
yeah.
and that they did like a
Slideshow.
slideshow looking back, and he's alone in the
Yeah.
cafe, and it's like you really
No
think
shit.
that people who watch this are
Yeah.
dumb, and
And
my
they
dad
are.
loved it.
Exactly. That's the thing. They are. They'll see that and be like, no, Amel, bless his heart, he's not great with. Give him the
He's
most basic metaphor and he will
he's
love
not
it, you
great
know?
with art.
Mm-mm.
Let's say that.
Yeah, he's a very technical person, and,
He's
you
a
know, we all have our strengths and weaknesses.
he's a very intelligent person.
Mhm.
Math.
Math and history and, like,
And
knowing stuff.
things
Like, whatever. When it comes to, like, artful, iffy. But hey, it's fine. We'll love him. The point is, he's great. The thing I do respect about him, he will, like, after he makes fun of me for 2 hours, we'll sit down and be like, oh, wait, you're kind of right, you know? And it's.
The thing with Amal is I talked about this with Amra the other day. She has a fight with her boyfriend.
Yeah.
That what we hate the most is that they will for Amra's boyfriend and Amra's whole situation is that she has to yell at him for 2 hours
Mm-hmm.
and he'll go, no, yeah, I agree with you. And then she goes like, no, you didn't say that you were wrong. Apologize.
Exactly.
Amal does this thing where he's like, I'm better with you because my ego is bruised and
Yeah.
I want to talk about it. And then like 2 days later we'll say, remember that fight the other day? I'm so dumb.
Literally. Like,
Like,
no,
I
fine.
won't say sorry. I'm
Yeah.
just gonna eventually be like, yeah,
Yeah.
you were right, without saying like, yeah, you were right.
Yeah,
Just
just
like,
being like,
remember that fight the other day? I agree with
with
that
that. No,
opinion.
yeah, sometimes he'll try to pass it off as like his we'll have a fight on something, and then 2 months later we'll have a fight about something else, and then he'll bring up the points that I brought up that he disagreed with. It's a whole thing, but it's fun. We keep it interesting. No, our fights are never about us. That's the fun part,
Yeah,
you
they're
know.
usually about me.
Yeah, yeah. It's always just me being like, like it's funny because I'll be like, money is dumb. We shouldn't have it. Then we will get into a fight. Like, well, how do you want the society to
He
it?
gets into fights with you about things that are so like nothing for you,
Yeah,
which I find hilarious.
yeah,
Because I never had fights with you, but I sometimes I can't think of an example right now.
yeah,
But I sometimes go like, "Hey, you mentioned this the other day. Were you being serious?" Like,
yeah. Okay.
remember one time when we were talking about like a work colleague of yours on a call with Amel,
Uh-huh.
and he said like he's 20 something, has a wife, and plays video games, and then I was like, "Mm-hmm." I was quiet for 2 hours, and then you were getting dressed, and I was like, "So what? You get a wife and family, you stop reading books?"
Yeah. Oh God, anyway. No, but he is
You know
very
when
that.
you're being like, "Ha ha ha,"
Yeah,
I'm making a thing about a thing I don't know much about,
yeah.
and you know,
No, but when we watch
you see,
movies and stuff.
you saying like we were watching that episode about Batman, and you're like, it seems like Batman is just a problem, and I'm like, I know that you're coming at this from like I'm not knowledgeable about
Yeah,
Batman, and I'm doing like a basic point
yeah.
that's
Like,
been
haha.
said so many
Yeah.
times, so I'm not gonna be like, I know
Well, actually, yeah,
he actually supports the school system more than anybody.
yeah,
And then I don't have those fights with you. I
yeah.
sometimes my problem is that the parts where I get the most offended are parts that are kind of about taste.
Okay.
Like somebody not appreciating Perfect Blue would for me would be like, oh,
Yeah.
you just don't like
You
good
just
movies.
stop.
And then I had this friend of mine who was into indie games, and she didn't like pixelizing it, like
Mhm.
old style,
Yeah.
like old looking and shit like that. And what I was like, hey, I'm holding it. I had to have a conversation with her. We don't talk anymore, and it would be a fun joke to say that it was about that, not that shallow. Um, but I had to one time be like, hey, I have to have a serious conversation with you. I do not understand
Hmm.
how you can. I can say like I don't like the art style,
Yeah.
but saying that you're like I don't get why people are doing it. Move forward when it's such an important thing in our history, and the
Yeah. Yeah.
art
It's
is
perfect.
so important.
Yeah.
And what you're telling me right now is that you're passing yourself off as somebody who loves these
Yeah.
games
It's
to
like
like
saying you like AI art better than
yeah,
fucking
kind of like that, like
Go.
being like
Yeah.
I love art and
Love to tour.
I love art, and my favorite is this photograph my boyfriend took in black
Yeah.
and white of a dog.
Yeah. Literally. Um,
So
See, but here's the thing. I do this. Like when I talk to you or anyone, I'm like, let me make a point to like.
that I understand.
Yes. So I did the same thing with Emil the other day. Actually, yesterday we were talking, and he's explaining to me what he's doing in college, and what he's saying essentially is that he has to figure out how to solve this thing, which is like, and there's an infinite amount of things that you can do, and you have to figure out the
What's the
most.
best
And
option
so
and stuff like
the
that.
thing is, it's like you have oh, I'm just thinking about it. There is an endless, there is a finite number of words, but
Mhm.
there is an infinite language. So, like, you can
Okay.
get when say, anyway, he says that to me. He finishes his rant. I'm like, okay, so it's like that thing when they say, like, get me 10 monkeys and I'm going to write out the
Yeah.
great American novel. And then he's like,
Because
no, that's just like a metaphor. Like, are you dumb? Are you actually
yeah,
stupid?
what you're doing is you're translating it to yourself.
Exactly.
Because some, I feel like people get offended by that because they go like,
You're
um,
simplifying it. And
you're,
I
I wouldn't even say simplifying it. I'm going like, oh, you're thinking you're smart and saying that this is something I didn't
yeah,
say.
no, I'm
When
always
you're
like,
being like,
this is the one thing I know about it, and this is how
I'm
I connect with it.
I'm trying to understand it,
Yeah,
and you do it with me, and I go like, I will be like yes or like
kinda.
I get what you're going at, but you missed the point. Like
Yeah,
there's
shit like that.
okay.
And then I repeat back to him what he said, but I said it in like a dummy way. Like I said, like, yeah, you're telling me there are a lot of words, but there's an end to it. The like there is no end. There's
language.
to language. He's like, no, and then he just rephrases it smartly, and I'm like, shut up.
You go like, so there's like infinite word, there's finite words, but there's like an infinite language. He goes like, no, it's like that there's infinite words,
It's literally, and I'm like,
infinite language.
no, I think sometimes he does it just to be like, I know more about this than you do, and then when I'm talking to him when it comes to like something movie like, and
True
I'm like,
smartness is being able to simplify it.
yes.
True knowledge is like,
And I used to be such a bitch in high school with it, when I would be like, so like you have like use big words on purpose so people look at me and think I'm smart, and now I'm like, that is so cringe to me.
I know. I have this like straight sexter on the app.
Straight sexter is hilarious.
It's funny. Um, he's deleting the app. It's sad.
Aw. Get him on Instagram.
Gonna miss him. He does. It was a big point of contention too.
I'm feeling a bit dizzy. I don't know why.
Maybe it's the dark.
Yeah.
Um, so I was talking to him, and he's the same type, and we were talking about like some sexting techniques that we
Mhm.
use, which is, and then he goes like, "Well, you just didn't know your audience," which, by the way, it's because I topped in the sexting. I was like, "Oh, I want to do this to you," and he was like, "I'm not enjoying this, but I kind of am." So me going more, and then he goes like doubling, like backing up.
Yeah.
And then I was,
That was
I know you're enjoying this,
yeah.
and he's just like, you just didn't know your audience, and I was like, I just didn't know my cast members more likely.
Oh,
And then he goes like, I don't know what you mean.
fuck off.
You know? And so like, and then I had to be like, okay, so the audience is somebody who is not participating in the art.
You were.
Are a cast member. He's like, what's a cast member?
What's a cast?
And he's like, and then I explained what's a cast member, and he was like, but this is a known expression. I was like, yes, and I'm adding to the expression. Well, and that is
Just
it's
explaining.
autism.
But come on, you know what I mean?
And
Anyway.
yeah, what else? Oh yeah, he was like, we're talking about something, and he mentioned a thing of like, I'm not thinking. I don't think that I'm mature. I'm just using the knowledge that's been passed down to us from generations. And then I mentioned something about like love being very important, and very. Before that, he said, "Do you know what motivates people? Motivation." Thank you for laughing.
Honestly,
It's
work. He ate with that one.
saying that with
What's allowing people to walk? Legs. No, but what's
No.
making people move? Legs.
what's making people move? Movement.
Movement. Yes, that.
What's making
Movement.
people move? Movement.
Mm.
And then he says that of like, I'm just using like knowledge from our forefathers and shit like that. Okay, let's take the term. What's motivates? What's giving us? What motivates us? Motivation. What you did there is you took
God.
you took a verb.
I mean, hey, I hate it when a bitch I hate eats. I gotta say, he ate with that one.
But no, I was like, what you did, you took a verb and you turned it into a noun, and you made a phrase that's syntactically incorrect. And he was like, well, you gotta work like show off.
Think about it, dude.
He was like, why do you gotta show off to me? And I was like, oh, I'm just using the like age old study of language. And then I was
Our
like,
ancestors,
the
babes.
ancestors, and something that's been okay. And then I was like, okay, let's make a point about love. For instance, we now have one word for love. The Greeks had 7. So love from the beginning of the earth was something. And then like stories from nature
Yeah.
and shit like that. And he was like, well, now you're just acting smart. And I was like, no, I'm just using the knowledge of our forefathers.
Yes.
And I was so turned on by myself.
I've never heard a funnier thing said.
What
What
motivates
motivates us?
people?
What
Motivation.
motivation?
And you know what the funniest part is? Because it was serious.
That, yeah. People, yeah, men. Have you ever heard, genuinely, okay,
Have you ever heard a woman say something that dumb?
that dumb.
I'm friends with Mila.
But still, that dumb. You know, like,
Okay,
even
so let's take this.
she makes poor choices in life. Nobody denies
Okay,
that.
okay, but still, the expression "he cheated on me" is the reason why I broke up with him. After a conversation about how he got back into doing drugs, physically assaulting her
Mhm.
and like cursing her dead mother.
Yeah. No, she's, we know. The point is,
But isn't the phrase "he cheated on me" comical to
yes,
use?
absolutely.
And I
But
would say it's much more comical than what motivates.
no, but saying something as a,
Oh,
like,
so confidently.
yeah, confidently running around being like, I'm smart, and then saying that
Yeah.
never happens with a woman.
Because because men use being on top as a way to control,
Mhm.
while women usually
Well, the camera.
cameras. Usually, if women are in a position of manipulation, they use being down
Damsel in
as
distress.
a way for
Yeah.
manipulation. So like they won't be like, "Oh, my smarts." They'd be like, if they're like using it
Be
something
like,
like
oh, my pearls.
if they're using something like that for manipulation, it's gonna be like, "I'm just dumb and poor, and I don't know what to do." You know,
Yeah.
it's
I don't know.
so
It's
men
just funny.
make fools of themselves. Women make victims of themselves.
Mm, you said that.
I said
It's a
that.
good note to end this podcast.
Well,
Put that in a shirt.
let's make a good feminist statement.
Uh-huh.
Men are afraid that women will laugh at them. Women are afraid that men will kill them.
Yeah.
Who's your mother of the week, girl?
Oh my god, I forgot about that. Please stop doing these. Well, hold on. I did a lot of shit today.
I'm gonna tell you mine.
Hmm?
I like going to atelier and eating my little sandwich, and I take off some of my bread and I throw it at the birds and I feed the birds. It's a very fun time. I love doing it. And then there was this one pigeon. So you know how um fucking it's not a raven. It's a
What? What?
no. It's a raven. It's in the raven family.
Okay. I don't know what you're talking about.
Neither. Anyways, let's say that it's a raven.
Okay, fine. A raven.
You know the small gray
Black.
ravens. So nije vrana je. Ne, nije vrana. Ne, nije gavra nego je vrana.
Okay. Just say raven.
Raven. Okay. So you know that raven, like our common ravens, are like these rulers of the bird kingdom, and that all pigeons stop in their tracks to,
Yeah.
And then there was this little tiny raven who was like, I'm gonna eat this food. And then there was this fucking big ass pigeon
Mhm.
who was like, get the fuck away
The
from my bread.
Yeah.
And the raven was like,
Okay, girl. I love to eat too, but I won't.
I had to like give bread to the raven,
Yeah.
like
Separately. Yeah.
separately, but that fucking pigeon,
Yeah.
because pigeons are terrified of ravens. And that fucking pigeon went like,
Nope.
well, the fuck you want?
What?
The fuck you will.
Square up. Let's go.
Square up.
Hit
A-town.
it. Yeah, let's go. You know what? I'm gonna do Drew a follow. I sent you like a.
You
Do you know
sent
her?
me with Trixie Mattel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She is someone I've recently discovered on the interwebs, and I've been really like following her lately. I think she's really one of the funniest people I've ever seen online in general. Her and there is this guy, I forget his name, but
Good.
Jugan. They often do her and Brittany Broski and that guy like do podcasts together. I've never seen a group of funnier people in my life, and I love watching it.
Is
If
it
you
the gay
ever,
cowboy musician?
he's gay, he's fat, he's not a cowboy, he's not a musician.
Okay.
So I don't know, but it's the three of them, and I love Drew because she made a full career off of, speaking of insults, just kind of stitching fresh and fit guys, Andrew Tate type guys, stitching their videos and being like,
those are-
haha, you're bald.
I
Like,
don't. I wouldn't say that those are insults because insults thrive on this. Like I'm poor and like you know
insults follow these people.
incels follow the yes.
That's what I
Yes,
mean.
yes, yes,
So
exactly.
it's just, and she's like bigger, and it's every time anyone has anything to say to her, like, well, you're fat, and then she's like, well, you're bald, now what? Like, and it's really like
Exactly. And what I hate about men, and once again, I will have to mention your boyfriend in a negative context. I am sorry.
that. Love him. Just saying.
And he is a good friend of
Yeah.
mine.
He has a lot of good qualities, but those are not funny to talk about.
Yes. So we had this talk where he was being like, "Oh, my company is racist. Look at this photo they posted." And then in the back there were like very racially insensitive Native American portrayal. And he was like, "And look at the Indians in the back." And I went like Native Americans.
And it's funny because he's being racist by calling them racist.
Yeah.
And then and he never got the point that you were making.
And then he's getting angry, and then he results to name calling,
Yeah.
and he calls me just, oh, you're just a liberal.
Yeah, I know.
And I
Oh,
went
you're a
like,
bigot.
and I just said like, okay, well, you're just a bigot. And then he was like, you call me an insult.
So that's what I mean. That's what it's like fighting with him every time.
That's why
And I have to backtrack
and-
all the time. Well, you said this. I would.
and you have to feel very childish.
Yeah, I have to.
You
Well,
called me a name first.
and then anyway, and then he's like, "Well, I'm sorry about that, but there's always a but." And I'm like, "I just matched your energy, babes. Okay,
Yeah,
I've never, you know."
Just come down to the level.
Yeah.
No, that's why usually I prefer to talk to him when I'm not in a bad mood. Because like if I'm in a bad mood, I like correcting everybody and being like,
Yeah.
hey, this is and then if it goes more, I go like, ah, it was just a joke.
Mhm.
That day I was just not in the mood, and then I love him to be. I was like, and now I gotta go to the hospital. He was like, what the fuck, you gotta go to the hospital?
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh."
Yeah.
That's his way of apologizing.
Yeah. It really is because like we'll have a fight or something, and then next day he'll just be like, "Here's everything you ever wanted. Here's everything you ever mentioned you wanted." Like it's just being like, "Here you go. Are we good now? We're good. Okay, great." And it's funny
He's
because
good.
like he will like it will be funny to see like, oh, you did listen,
Yeah.
you know, and then
Yeah, he is apologizing, not being like,
to be,
shut up, here's flowers.
yeah,
He's like, I understand that I did something wrong,
yeah,
and I can't say it.
yeah. No, it's to be in a relationship
Our
or
monster of the week is done.
no, but like to be in a relationship or to be friends with him, you really have to like understand his language and be like, I know that this from like a face point, like you know, face on looks very bad, but like when you know the background of who he is, it's not, you know.
Well, not to make myself cry, but there's this scene in the Simpsons movie.
Mm.
Which, by the way, we watched this, and I was like, ha ha ha. And they were like, are you genuinely crying? And I was like, yes.
Yes, I am.
You know, tears fucking rolling.
Yeah.
But it was Marge going like, whenever people say anything about you, I'm just like, he's a man that has to be appreciated from a distance. And
Yeah.
a great distance. And then she goes like, and I always stuck with you because, well, that's the thing. I don't know how to finish that sentence anymore. I'm gonna cry. But yeah,
Yeah.
um,
Hey.
it's a delight being friends with him, and I
Yeah.
feel like that's a lot of the. I feel, and I'm not. I don't want to sound like I'm saying that women are bad.
Okay.
It's just a lot of women don't have patience for a modern man
Okay.
because a lot of modern men weren't properly raised.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to really stop and be like, hey, I have to teach you some things.
Yeah.
And I have to stop and understand your point of view.
Yeah.
And this is where I get a little bit like bitchy, fuck you, modern feminist.
Mm-hmm.
But like a lot of women intensely expect for you to instantly know their side of the story.
Yeah.
Somebody asks you like, and I avoid a lot of that feed because I can be like, hey, does it genuinely happen so often that men tell you to smile?
Yeah.
But men will be like normal men who don't have the like
Understanding of that. Yeah.
understanding of feminism and shit like that. They'll tell you like, they tell you to smile. What the fuck does that make?
Yeah. Why it's so big? What's such
Why
a
is
big
that
deal?
such a big of a deal?
Yeah.
And then like I'm from this place where I am a man.
Yeah.
And I also like I've been treated like a woman. I'm man with no power. Does that
It's a
make
big
me a
deal.
woman? And then I can be like, when a man says something like that about
Yeah.
women, I can be like, okay, let's
Back to yeah.
that is a thing.
Like imagine if you got fired and somebody told you, "Hey, you should smile. Like you're bad. You're in a bad mood." Like da da da. Yeah, it's a lot of that, and it's such a like when it comes to explaining that stuff. It's like I get why, because it's always a blanket statement. It's always like men tell me I should smile more. That pisses me off, and then seeing that as not a woman who's been through it, just seeing that, being like, "Well, why the fuck?"
Also, who doesn't just tell every woman to smile?
Yeah, just being like, "Okay, so
Well,
what?"
I didn't do that, and you hate me.
Yeah. So it's very much being like, because it's a blanket statement, a lot of it is misunderstood. Like when people say you're gaslighting, they're like, oh, you're just using Twitter words. It's
Yeah.
like, but what it actually means is this. What
Yeah.
this actually means is that. So it's, you know, a lot of
It's
having
a thing
to
of
do
like
that,
there's a
but
lot of
the-
pent up anger
yeah,
in sexism,
yeah,
and then there's a lot of long, like there's a lack of knowledge
yeah,
from growing up as a man, not being taught those kinds of things.
It's not even being taught. It's being like not experiencing it.
Not experiencing it, but with some men it's being taught. Like Adaya from work, he's just like, yes, I'm on this side of the internet, and they
Hmm.
explain everything, and then I have this
Yeah,
understanding.
but then you get to a place like, at what age does it become like you should have learned?
That's
You
the
know?
thing. It's the thing with when internet was just invented,
Yeah.
and you just had this place of like, I can say whatever the fuck I want,
Hmm.
and then there were people who were like, congratulations, do you want
Yeah.
to shoot up a school?
Yeah.
On that note, we have to go buy juice, and the store closes in half an hour.
Yeah. So we should go. Good. We're at an hour and a half.
Pretty good. And
Just about you.
4 minutes of these 1 hour and 34 minutes were spent talking about this movie.
Yes, but it's what's there to talk about? They're Muppets and they kill each other. Woohoo!
I mean, why?
Hilarious. Oh hey.
Anyways, bye. Stay
Stay.
mother and don't smother.
Heh heh.
Blah, blah, blah.
But